and welcome to this episode of the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. This is the podcast that helps you to see that drinking less doesn't need to be stressful, lonely or boring. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I decided to have a year alcohol-free as a little life experiment and haven't looked back. I'm a best-selling author, expert speaker, corporate workshop facilitator and life coach. I'm here to support you with your alcohol-free or drink less adventures. Keep up to date, follow me on Instagram at Drink Less, Live Better, and head to the website drinklesslivebetter.com where you will be able to sign up to the 5-day Drink Less experiment, find blog posts, and you can choose to join the email club where I share resources, wisdom, insights, and glimmers of hope and joy. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get straight to it. Test driving. 2024 me is different to 2019 me, and also 1999 me and 1989 me, of course. All different versions of who I am and who I was. I'm here to tell you that 2025 me and beyond are also going to be different. We're human. We're supposed to change. When someone says, "Oh, you've changed," we tend to see or receive that as negative. Well, not anymore, kitten, not anymore. How do we change? There are many, many more ways than I can squidge into a 5-minute podcast, but here is one idea for today. Test driving. My teens were falling about laughing at my old passport photo from 1994 this week. They fully enjoyed seeing my goth mode activated, and I looked a bit like Morticia Addams. That was a test drive moment, which was unfortunately caught on camera for the next 10 years of my life. More recent test drives of mine have included pottery classes, wearing bright pink lipstick, and moving from cowboy boots back to DMs. I mean, nothing life-changing here, apart from it absolutely is. Trying on a new outward identity helps me to get closer to the inward identity. That truly brings me calm, peace, fun. Guess what? It's not clubbing, 5-star hotels, or designer handbags. It's altogether quieter activities. I've been on a decluttering mission recently, and shedding some of the clothing, equipment and resources of pursuits and lifestyles I no longer engage in has been really freeing. It's been making room for the new things. I love test driving with my family. I've got a long-term wish to spend time in beautiful cabins, so we've recently holidayed in a log cabin, and I've booked another one for later this year. Test driving for me, and also seeing who else is up for the ride. Test driving outward ways of being are important to me. I've shed most of my grey, black, navy clothes from pre-2019. I love vibrant, coloured and patterned sweaters. That purple hair I had, it's gone. Pink hair now, and I won't ever say sorry for it. Approximately once a day, somebody out and about will say something like, "Ooh, I love your hair," or "Ooh, pink hair, that's interesting," or "Wow, that's a brave choice." I might say, "Thank you," or "I know, right?" or "It's not brave, it's just fun." Occasionally, I'll get into a lengthy conversation about it. I love those ones. "Ooh, why did you do it? How do you do it? Ooh, what do your kids think about that?" I love it. Anyway, that's an example of test driving an outward way of being. And it did start out as a test drive. If I didn't like it, I could go back to purple hair, or brown, or my actual normal colour, grey. Test driving inward ways of being. This is a work in progress here. Aren't we all? Over the last few years, I've become much more conscious of my internal narrative. How do I speak to myself? And what do I say? Could I try to bring a bit more compassion in? Could I try to test whether what I just said is actually true or not? What has helped? Well, some brilliant coaching and therapy has been really useful. I've been able to say out loud some of my thoughts and feelings that I never would have spoken before. I've had my words reflected back to me, which has helped me decide whether I want the words, whether I need them, or whether I like them. I've often said, right, I'm going to say the next thing out loud to try it on for size, and then I'll decide if I'm keeping it or not. I love that opportunity to say something out loud and then say, no, actually, not that. That was wrong. I'm not keeping that. Test driving, see? I'd love to know what you're test driving at the moment. What's been a short-term test drive and what are you sticking with as a result of a successful test drive? What have you tried and then left? For me, stiletto heels. No thanks. Thanks so much for listening in today. Come back again next week. I'd massively appreciate it if you could subscribe, rate and review the podcast. Well, do that if you love it, obviously. If you didn't love it, you wouldn't still be listening, so I think I'm all right asking for your support at this point. Check out the show notes for a link to a hidden podcast episode that will help you with your 5 p.m. cravings and details about my one-to-one life coaching and sober coaching programs. And P.S. I believe in you.